We got 2 videos from Mike McDaniel, and we got our first interview for offensive coordinator. Let's jump into this. What is up, Finn fans? Got a late video for you guys. I'm recording this, I think, 10 o'clock. You probably get it around 11-ish. Editing, uploading, all that good stuff. But yeah, 2 videos came out today. One, Mike McDaniel's FaceTimes with Tua Tagovailoa before he even gets off of the plane to sign his contract. We're going to watch that video together. That's why you're getting this view. Normally, we use the other camera. It's over there. We're using this one because it's my webcam and I can show you videos. The other one is the first sit-down interview. This isn't his press conference, that one. When it does happen, whenever it does happen, I will talk about it and I will break it down to what he says, what Greer says, what Stephen Ross says, because you know they're going to ask all 3 of them questions. But we're going to talk about those 2. But first and foremost, we're going to talk about the fact that the Miami Dolphins are already going out and interviewing offensive coordinators. Now they're going to interview Charles London, who is the Atlanta Falcons quarterback coach. Josh Kendall says Atlanta Falcons quarterback coach Charles London will interview for Miami Dolphins offensive coordinator position, according to a source. You know, we all love our sources. So I looked up, I'm like, Charles London, who the flip is this guy? So yes, he was a quarterback coach for the Atlanta Falcons just this year. Before that, he was the running backs coach for the Chicago Bears, 2018 to 2020, running backs coach for the Houston Texans in 2014 to 2017. And then he was in Penn State, then Tennessee, Chicago. Never was an offensive coordinator. So they're going to bring him in. They're going to interview him. I hope... I would prefer to have somebody who's done it before on one of the sides of the ball. Now, I assume Mike McDaniel is probably going to help with the offensive side of the ball, kind of like Kyle Shanahan did with him, where they would get together and they would talk. Again, a lot of people don't think that Mike McDaniel called any plays. Tomorrow's video with Big O, he had a 49ers beat writer on there saying that that is not true. He actually did make a ton of calls, and, you know, you watch that video tomorrow. But they're going to bring in Charles London for an interview. That doesn't mean they're going to hire Charles London. So we'll see how that all pans out. But again, this is my dream, coordinator. I'd like Vic Fangio as defense coordinator, and I'd like Jim Caldwell as offensive coordinator. Vic Fangio doesn't seem like a pipe dream. It seems like that is a very good possibility it can happen. Jim Caldwell as offensive coordinator, it doesn't seem likely that will happen. But that's I would absolutely be floored if they brought those 2 guys in to become our offensive and defense coordinator, and Mike Munchak as offensive line coach. Then all of a sudden I'm like, well, we're set. I think this team is going to be real good. But that's what I got news for you when it comes to assistants. No other OC, DC, or anyone else is rumored to come in for an interview. So we're going to jump into him FaceTiming with Tua. I watched a little bit of this. I didn't watch the whole thing. I wanted to live react with you guys, and then we're going to look at his interview.
There he is, man. I just had to get on with you real quick. We're going to have an extensive professional relationship, my man. One thing I know about you is you have the ambition to be great. My job is to coach you to get all that greatness out of you. And it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be work, but I know you're not afraid of that, so... This is an awesome day for me, and I'm damn sure going to make sure that when you look back on this day, you're going to be like, damn, that was one of the best days of my career too, okay? But I'll earn that from you. You got me? No, since you can't hear him, there's a camera on us right now. Since you can't hear him, he's telling me how excited he is, and that there's no other coach he'd rather play for in the entire world, which I thought was nice since this is the first time I've really talked to him. I'm elated, bro. It is an unbelievable opportunity for me that I do not plan on wasting in the slightest. I promise you that. I'm all in. You're going to get the best out of me that you could possibly get. There's only one way to do anything great. So, and there's no shortcuts. So let's go do something that's worth doing. It's on, bro. If you don't have eye black at home, you better go get some eye black, because we're going. It'll be outstanding, dude. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for myself, and I think the Dolphins fans should be happy as well.
Fins up. Yeah, you just first and foremost, there was the whole speculation on, the head coach. Are they going to force him onto the quarterback onto, the head coach and all that stuff. And obviously the Dolphins are going with Tua Tagovailoa. You don't make it this well known. You don't have a video on your Twitter and posted to your social media where you have your new head coach FaceTiming with your quarterback before he signs the contract, if in the end of it all you're going to go out and trade for another quarterback. So as much as some people might not want to see Tua get a chance with Mike McDaniel, or not want to see Tua get a chance in a system that might be better for him, with an offensive line that isn't the worst in the NFL, with an actual run game, with one of the best run game guys in the NFL, I'm sorry, you're going to have to deal with it for another year. Because from what I'm getting from that, Tua is the quarterback this year, and Mike McDaniel is going to do his best to build around Tua and get the best out of him. And if he doesn't, meaning if Tua doesn't play up to our expectations, then the Dolphins have 2 first-round picks next year, and they'll draft their quarterback that they want, because there's some very good quarterbacks coming out of the draft next year. So again, for the people who don't want Tua and think he's a bum and he's a bust, and we need Deshaun Watson and we need Aaron Rodgers and we need Russell Wilson, I could be wrong, and they could surprise the world and go out and make a trade, but you don't do what they just did on their Twitter with that video with Mike McDaniel if you're moving off of Tua. So Tua's going to be the quarterback for 2022, and you guys are just going to have to bear with it. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to root my heart out for him, especially the way him and Mike McDaniel were talking. And I love that Mike McDaniel wasn't, he was selling himself to Tua, saying, I know how you are. I'm going to get the best out of you. Trust me. Go get your eye pain. I hope you have some eye pain at home. I like that. I like that he's finally going to have a head coach that wants to see him succeed. I'm not saying anything about Brian Flores. Brian Flores is in the past. But I'm excited to see a head coach that is going to do something, hopefully, to get the best out of him. Because, again, this is it. This is it for Tua. You don't perform this year, Miami's going to be drafting a quarterback next year. Miami's going to be trading for a quarterback next year. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if they use those 2 first and move up, depending on where they are. But that all predicates on what Tua does this year. This is it. This is it. And again, this is coming from the Dolphins, because they would not put that video out if they weren't backing Tua. So the sources that you heard that the Dolphins are backing Tua and they want to see what they can get out of him and all that stuff, I guess is true, because they would not put that video out if they were not backing Tua. So we'll see how he pans out this year. Again, I'll say it one last time. This is his last chance, and he doesn't play well this year. No, there was no excuses last year. There's no excuses this year. He's not going to be the quarterback, but I love that video. I love the interaction with him and Mike McDaniel. I like what Mike McDaniel had to say. Very interesting. But let's jump into his first interview. So he sat down with the Miami Dolphins and Dolphins Today, and he had his first interview. Now, it's only 2 minutes and 30-something seconds. So I'm going to play this, and we'll see what he has to say.
Dolphin fans, I'm Joanna Torres, and we are here with our new head coach, Mike McDaniel. Welcome to Miami.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Day 1 as head coach of the Miami Dolphins. How are you feeling today?
I feel pretty good. I feel like there's a lot that there's to do ahead, but honestly, it's just it's awesome to take things one day at a time. The people in the building are great. You look forward to this moment your whole career, and then to be here in this place with these people, I couldn't be happier.
Taking over a team that's posted back-to-back winning seasons with a young core talent on the roster, what excites you most about this team?
The fact that there's a lot of skill, there's a lot of youth, energy, but there's also a lot of coaching to be done, which is, I'm not sure if you checked my title, but there's a coach in it. So as a coach, that's all you want. You want the opportunity to build the culture of guys that are willing and able, and it's the best thing that you could hope for, is having a bunch of talent that is ready to go to work, which is all we have, and all we're ready to do.
I absolutely love that he said a lot of coaching, because you guys know I said this about this team. I think this team can be very successful with the right coaching. I said that to me is the one thing that was holding this team back. I said this team has a ton of talent, just needs better coaching on the offensive line, on linebackers, all that stuff. And I got a lot of flack for that. You think this team has talent? I do think this team has talent. I think this team has a lot of talent. And I like the fact that he recognized that. Ton of talent, ton of speed, ton of youth, but they need coaching. And that's what he's here for. And I'm hoping and praying that he can get the best out of this, this group, and he can get the best out of these players, because God knows, back-to-back, like she said, back-to-back winning seasons, you're taking on a team that's pretty good. But again, we'll get into the re-sign and the cut aspect of the players, because this is a pretty big amount of holes that he's going to have to fill, especially with the amount of free agents the Dolphins have coming up. But be sure to comment below. What do you guys think about what he had to say? What do you think about his conversation with Tua? What do you guys think about the Miami Dolphins and Ross and Greer, giving Tua this third shot and backing him as much as they are? So comment below, let me know, and I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. And this comment comes from PKMN, and he says, comment of the day. A lot of people in these comments are stating that we need a Deebo Samuel, jack of all trades type player for McDaniel's offense, and that we don't have one on the roster. Who do you think, or do you think Lynn Bowden could be as successful as the guy if he returns healthy? I saw somebody comment about this. They said a good coach doesn't look for the player. I don't want to say it wrong, but I'm going to give you like a brief synopsis of what it says. They essentially don't look for the player, right? Like, you're not like, Mike McDaniel's not sitting there skimming through the roster like, where's a Deebo Samuel on this team? Who can I make a Deebo Samuel? He's looking at the roster and he's saying, I have Jalen Waddle, I have Lynn Bowden coming back, and just so you know, Lynn Bowden's injury wasn't a season-ending injury. Lynn Bowden went to IR because they were stashing him away. So he will be back healthy. But he's looking at the roster, seeing the players he has, right? Okay, we need to address this. And I see where I have this, I have that, I can work with this, I can, he's seeing it, not looking for certain players, but he's building off of what he has. That's what a good coach does. A good coach doesn't try to find players or try to put players in positions that they want, oh, you're going to be my this and you're going to be my that. You see what you have and you build with it and you make it great. And the Dolphins on the offensive side, Gesicki, we'll see what happens with him, but you have Waddle, Matt Collins, will he get re-signed? He's a very good wide receiver that was extremely underutilized with Flores and that offense. I would love to see what he can do under Mike McDaniel. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself and spoiling videos I have planned. But that is what Mike McDaniel's going to do. He's going to be looking at this offense. He's going to be looking at the defense. Hopefully he brings in a veteran defensive coordinator that can help him. And he's going to put players in the right position. So I don't think he's looking for Deebo Samuel. I think he is just working with what he has and getting the best out of what he has. Because then all of a sudden you find, we have a Jalen Waddle. Yes, it would be great to have a Deebo Samuel who we could put in the backfield. But if you notice at one point in the season, we were putting Jalen Waddle in the backfield. Was he running the ball? No. But put him in the backfield. You can put other players. You can move players around. We'll see how it all pans out. But I think a good head coach will take the players he has and get the best out of them versus looking for a specific type of player. But I hope I answered your question, PKMN. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know all that stuff. Tomorrow I have me and Big O's conversation. Again, we're going to talk more about Mike McDaniel. He talked to a 49ers beat writer, so he has some insight on that. We talk a little bit about Brian Flores. Obviously, you know Big O. We have to see how he feels about Brian Flores and that whole situation. And then I heard rumors that the press conference is going to happen tomorrow. Whenever the press conference happens, we will break it down and talk about it. But other than that, guys, like usual, stay classy. My friends out.